Hi, I want to give a quick demo of some software I've been working on. This is a real-time visualization engine. So this is a 3D render that's happening here with the post effect applied over top of it. The code for this render, for the shape here, this is an NN graph. The code for this is written in Python. So you can add other shapes and other visualization elements in Python by extending the classes that are in there. So some that I've already kind of like preset it with are, this is like a cloud of particles. This is so kind of like a blades of circles. These are laser beams that fire out the camera. And then these are falling discs, which is supposed to be like embers. I'll turn this one off so you can see that one. And then there's like this kaleidoscopy thing as well. And then uh, there's a feedback effect. So the post effect has this has a feedback between the frames, like a convolution matrix between each of the frames, which gives it that kind of color in and out look. So we can change that to being other kind of blend modes between each of the frames, and we can add these kind of zoom effects and different parameters in here. So let's have a look at what we can do in terms of interacting with it. So we can obviously, drag around with the mouse, but what we really want to do is hook it up to MIDI events. That's going to give us more options for being able to trigger things. So I'm going to have this NN graph here has two variables. There's active and visible. So visible, active means that it's kind of actively growing, and then visible just hides it off and on. So if I toggle visibility, it will toggle it from being seen or not seen. And active means that it will, while it's active, it grows, and while it's not active, it kind of disappears. So it gives it a more gentle way to disappear. So I'm going to hook these up to MIDI events. I'm going to do this MIDI.note, and I think 39. Is that the right one? Uh, let's see, I'm going to go just check here, MIDI input here, and press the key 48. So MIDI note 48. Let's see if that works. Okay, so now if I press MIDI note 48, which is C on my keyboard, it's going to allow that element to be visible. Actually, I'm going to move that down. It's going to look better if I put that into active and then just leave visible on. So now if you can see the number changing here. When I push the button to push the keyboard down, it makes it animate and come to life. And then when I let go, it kind of disappears itself. So I'm going to go down my keys on my keyboard and add a few more. So the next one, the D is note 50. So I'm going to go circles MIDI dot note 50. So then I can have the circles triggered by D, and let's do one more. Lasers. I'm going to do note 52. Note 52. Okay. So so then I've got the buttons here. I can trigger each of these ones individually. Let's add some control events now as well. So it doesn't have to be just MIDI doesn't have to be an on or off. We can also have a variable for it as well. So I'm going to do this MIDI.cc1, I think. Or it didn't turn it. You gotta dial the knob first for it to recognize it. Once it sees the channel first time, it adds it. Okay, so this is the zoom effect. I'm gonna turn these two on, and then I can dial the zoom, so I can go boop, 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 boop. Have fun with that. And then I'm gonna have this one MIDI.cc2. Okay, so that's control channel 2, and then I can have this one's going to dial the. These ones are the ones that I like playing with the most, the zoom and scene alpha. These kind of work together to give you like the best looking post effect, so you can dial that to being where it's really like way over the top, and then dial in the alpha to really change it up. So that becomes pretty fun to play with. And then you can also have the blend mode. So we want to go from lerp to additive and so on. So what I want to do is I want to assign those to, I'm just going to leave something on while I do this. Let's do falling discs. Should be already on. Oh, there we go. So Um, let's do the NN graph. Just leave that one for now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have the blend mode be assigned to pads, the kind of the drum pads on my little MIDI controller here. So because I can't just put a single number in here, we're going to have to do something a little bit more different for that. So we're going to go to the events tab here, get rid of this one. I'm going to add a new link here. So then I'm going to click on MIDI, press the pad, and that does MIDI note 36. And then the action that I want for that, I go into here and go set value blend node lerp. So that this event that I'm creating here will link MIDI note 36, which is the pad that I just hit, to setting this scene blend node to lerp. And I can go through and do that for all the other pads as well. So I'm going to go set value blend mode additive, and then add, and MIDI, third one, set value blend mode screen. Okay, so that now we've got three events that run this command here, which is like set this thing to that parameter. So now if I go to channels, I can go through the my MIDI pads and then switch between them, so I can have like all these different fun little blend effects going. Let's see, get that one. It goes a little too much on the additive, so I'll turn that down, and then go there. Yeah, it's kind of a sweet spot where you get it. They kind of do interesting things, but super fun to play with all these controls, this is like a fairly minimal. Like I'm just getting started on playing with this, and there's all kind of things you can do. I'll show you another one. One more thing to finish it up. I'm going to do the circles, like that one. So that's this one here. So this is the circles, which is these kind of like blades thing. So I want these to move in time with the music. So I'm going to create an LFO, add, I'm going to call this, what should I call this? Beat. And I'm going to shape is going to be sine, and the rate is going to be beat times 1. So I'm going to go, so I've created an LFO here. Now I'm going to source that in the channels tab. So I want to put that into the circles amplitude. So I'm going to put LFO dot beat, and that's going to make the circles move up and down in time with the beat. That's a little fast. I'm going to change the BPM here. So I want the BPM controller. There it is. So I'm going to tap it. And then I'm going to go to LFO and change this to beat divided by 4. So it's going to slow it down. Oh, that's times 4. I want beat divided by 4. Okay, so that should make it a little bit more kind of in time with the music. Hopefully, we're going to get some music going along with this. And then there's also audio. So there's a bunch of audio channels. So you can link it to the bass, the different frequencies of the audio. You can add, because this is expression, you can add multipliers by it. So I can times this by 0.5. So times 8 times 0.5. So now that'll kind of like reduce the amount it's moving by, and so much and so on. Lots of options for being able to create expressions, link them to sources, create events. There's OSC support, there's MIDI support. I'm going to be adding motion capture and lots of other fun stuff too. So yeah, let me know if you want to check it out and have a play. Thanks.